Hello, good afternoon. My name is Valeria, and today we will be talking about Tesla. First, I'm going to begin with the overall business situation. I'm going to begin talking about the automotive sector. The leading companies in this industry in the United States were General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler. And the world's most valuable brands were Toyota, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Honda, and Ford. For these companies, suppliers play an important role since they are the ones that provide all the auto parts and systems to make a car. There are three types of suppliers: the Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. The Tier 1 suppliers focus on components and systems that integrate multiple parts. The Tier 2 suppliers sell parts to Tier 1 suppliers, such as interior trim, bumpers, and wires, and also cables. Tier 3 suppliers sell undifferentiated raw materials such as steel or rubber. Also, customers started changing their point of view when it came to buy a car. For example, in urban areas, shorter commuters were an important part of urban life. Also, people thought that it was better to get around without a car. Most people relied on ride-hailing services such as Uber. Also, people started preferring to be carless or choose an electric vehicle due to climate change. The rapid growth of alternative transportation was one of the factors that contributed to those decisions. For example, the car-hailing transportation such as Uber, Lyft, Zipcar, urban bike rentals, and scooter sharing services. Here's when automakers started to worry about what they were offering and started to focus more on electric vehicles. The Nissan Leaf was the first mass market electric vehicle to be sold in the United States. GM and Ford were also preparing to introduce electric vehicles. GM entered the market with the Chevy Volt and Ford with an electric version of the Focus. Tesla was already advancing the game since its electric vehicles needed less physical repairs thanks to the fewer parts that conformed the cars. Also, fixes and improvements could be done without having to find a service center. Tesla used Wi-Fi to update its vehicles, and it could continue to improve vehicles post-sale. Tesla thought that at some point its cars wouldn't need a driver.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about Tesla's story. Well, although the automobile industry is recognized and associated with Elon Musk, it was actually Mark Tarpenning and along with American engineer Martin Eberhard, who started the Tesla story through a small Silicon Valley company called AC Propulsion that was in Palo Alto, California. In his first project, they created a car called the T0, that is the one that you can see in the presentation. And it was an electric car with a range of up to 100 kilometers. And this project enchanted Elon Musk, who was already a millionaire. And he started to invest a lot of money in the company until he became the CEO. And the first vehicle he introduced was in 2008, and it was called the Roadster. That is the one that we can see in the presentation. And I forgot to tell that Elon Musk became the CEO in 2004. And in 2008, he presented the first automobile commercialized by Tesla. And from that point, Tesla designed the first electric premium sedan from scratch. That was the Model S, in which eventually became the best tour in its class in all categories. In 2015, he expanded its product range to the Model X. The Model X was the safest, the fastest, and the most versatile sports off-road vehicle to the date. In support of Tesla's automotive and energy products, he created the Gigafactory 1, and it was funded as a facility designed to significantly reduce the cost of batteries. And this was in 2019. And today, Tesla not only makes all electric vehicles, but also supplies clean energy generation and storage products to create a fully sustainable energy ecosystem. Tesla also has designed a unique set of energy solutions that it was a Powerwall, the Power Pack, and Solar Proof, which enable individuals, businesses, and services providers to manage the generation, storage, and consumption of renewable energy. And well, I think this is very advanced for all the people when he started to create it, because there was never been such a thing as something that worked with renewable energy. I'm sorry. And that's it for the story.
Tesla outside of the US. As a 100% American company, Tesla is looking forward to expand its market coverage with the construction of Gigafactory in Shanghai that, in the near future, will produce over 1 million cars each year. Tesla plans is to reduce shipping costs and manufacture vehicles so that it's closer to the clients. Usually, customers have to wait weeks or even months to receive their cars. With this move, Tesla will be the first American company in China to produce and export products to the rest of Asia and European markets. Also, the Chinese government has been very supportive of Tesla by offering some help to speed up the construction of the Gigafactory and excluding Tesla from a 10% tax. On the other hand, Tesla has plans to open a new Gigafactory in Berlin in 2021 that will be the most advanced, high-volume electrical vehicle production plant in the world. The Berlin location will serve two unique goals: a managing partner at venture capital firm Loop Ventures, and a strategy to lure German automotive talent to Tesla and to one-up automotive companies to that region.
Clusters and local economies. The automobile sector employs nearly 3 million of people in the United States, one of them in manufacturing. Globally, there exist more than 11,000 of suppliers, which employ 7 million of people around the world. For the economy, it's really important, this industry. For that reason, the government are always trying to protect these companies. Talking about Tesla is talking about different models and different needs. For that reason, they had one headquarters in Fremont, California. They had 3 gigafactories, the first one in Reno, Nevada, United States, which are all manufacturing lithium-ion batteries. The one in Buffalo, New York is producing solar panels. And the third one in Shanghai, China is the responsible of producing batteries and the Tesla Model Y. They have plans to create 2 more gigafactories, one of them in Berlin, Germany, and the other one in Austin, Texas. Tesla has collaborations with Panasonic, Toyota, Mercedes, Freightliner, Custom, among others. Now I'm going to talk about cultural diversity and demographics. In the case, they only mention the US market and they divide it into 2 generations, so I'm going to do that. Baby boomers are all these people who were born between 1946 and 1974. They are known because they were moving to the city to have charter trips and also to enjoy the cultural experiences that urban life offers. According to our research, they find that 65% of the people say that getting a car was a key attribute in the city. Most of this group of people depending on a shared transportation service as client, but also as a source of income. Millennials are this generation born between 1981 and 1996, but they have new buying habits. For example, they buy in a more pragmatic way. They spend around 17 hours doing research of vehicles before making a purchase. So they more in a more pragmatic way because they find a car as a tool. They were looking that the cars have navigation systems, MP3 players, Bluetooth, satellite radio, and that they can integrate mobile devices. And something really interesting is that between baby boomers and millennials, the numbers of licenses have decreased. And also that a car spend 95% of their life park. So in this way is when companies like Uber, Didi, and others ones that allow you to rent your car while you're not using it appear. Since millennials to the next generations, they had became more conscious, especially because they have seen how the environment has changed in a negative way. On that way, they are looking for eco-friendly options. In addition to the fact the governments have played a really important role, especially Europeans and China, who have been in charge of creating anti-pollution policies and regulations. So they start to give incentives to buy this type of car. So if you have, for example, if you live in Norway and you have an electric car, you are not going to pay for parking, or you can use the exclusive lines of the bus. And also something really important is that the prices of electric cars have been more accessible to the consumer. So in this way, the sales are continuing increasing.
Well, now I'm going to talk about the financial frameworks, and the first topic is the traditional automobile industry. The new passenger car market in the United States was worth about $270 billion at the retail level in 2016. The automakers General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler accounted for nearly 46% of the U.S. car industry's market share by volume. The world's most valuable brands were Toyota with an estimated brand value of $45 billion, Mercedes-Benz with $34 billion, BMW with $31 billion, Honda with $26 billion, Audi and Ford with $14 billion. The changing face of mobility. Ford was investing $11 billion and planned to roll out 24 hybrids and 16 electric vehicles by 2022. In 2018, BMW signed a $1.1 billion contract with China-based CATL to build a battery factory in Europe. GM received a $2.3 billion investment from SoftBank for its self-driving division, Cruise Holdings. It was the most active of the car manufacturers in testing autonomous vehicles. Well, now about the politics and policies. Human rights and conflict minerals policy. Well, Tesla is committed to ensure that its suppliers do not use slave or child labor or engage in human trafficking. Also, Tesla suppliers are expected to use reasonable efforts to ensure that parts and products supplied to Tesla are conflict-free, meaning that such conflict minerals do not benefit armed groups in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The patent pledge. Well, Tesla irrevocably pledges that it will not initiate a lawsuit against any party for infringing a Tesla patent through activity related to electric vehicles or also related equipment for so long as such party is acting in good faith. Tesla Conflict Minerals Report. As I mentioned before, Tesla is committed to sourcing responsibly and considers mining activities that fuel conflict as unacceptable. Tesla Supplier Code of Conduct. Everyone deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. Tesla is an equal opportunity employer, and they expect all of their suppliers to be as well. Providing an environment in which employees are provided opportunities to succeed in their roles without fear or prejudice or abuse is essential to the values of Tesla. Tesla worldwide bribery and anti-corruption policy. Well, Tesla and its employees must comply not only with the US law with respect to bribery and anti-corruption, including the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, but also must comply with the corresponding laws of the respective host countries where Tesla is doing business, such as China and countries throughout Europe. The unsupported or salvage vehicle policy. Well, repairs performed to bring a salvage vehicle back into service may not meet Tesla standards or specifications, and this is why the vehicle is unsupported. Consequently, any failures, damages, or injuries occurring as a result of such repairs or continued operation of unsupported vehicles are solely the responsibility of the vehicle owner.
And just to conclude, I would like to say that Tesla has been a very important company, especially for the automotive industry. With their disruptive innovation, they have changed the traditional norms and process of this industry. Possibly if Tesla hadn't existed, the things would be very different. There will still be time to see an attractive electric car on the streets, and also the innovations that have occurred on the last years, they probably wouldn't exist or not in the same time. If Tesla continue as it has been in the last years, they will be able to create their first autonomous car to reduce the cost of the batteries and therefore of the vehicles. And also they will be able to create their network of superchargers. And here's how we can realize the great importance of having competition in the industry, because if there isn't one, the brands are not going to look to improve. Thank you.